What's going on, Booda gang? It's your boy Booda, back in the building. As you can see, finally, we've had a couple videos that we've posted at the start of 2022, but I still wanted to make this video because I know a lot of you guys were wondering, what happened? Where did Booda go? What's been going on in Last Cloudia? Why didn't I see him during Sera? Why didn't I see him during the live stream? Well, there was a couple different events that took place during the end of the year, which I think I remember trying to keep you guys pretty informed. Your boy Booda took a little vacation overseas into the land of Mexico with the family, and if you remember, I did try and bring my setup with me. Bought a case, did the planning, packed everything up, everything was looking good. The problem was in the way that I packaged my computer. It wasn't in quite a protective enough case for my liking, and so I was so extremely worried about the handling of the actual computer that your boy totally overlooked the handbag with some very essential equipment, including the power cables to all of my equipment, the hard drive, the external hard drive that literally had everything I've ever made, every video from the last year, all of the footage, all of the current videos I was working on, my image assets for the plethora of thumbnails that I'm always making. All of that just disappeared as soon as I closed the taxi door, and then didn't realize until a couple days later that I did not have that bag with me. And it was a sad time for your boy. That was kind of the start to a little depression that your boy was feeling, because not only did I lose all of those things, I had been out of my usual routine in making videos, and even though I was on vacation and I was definitely enjoying my time there, don't get me wrong, I think it's kind of just a psychological thing where once you've been doing something consistently as a habit for so long, when you disrupt that habit, you kind of get just subconsciously irritated and or feel a bit of negative emotion, a bit of depression trying to figure out what's going on, getting accustomed to a different routine than you're used to. So with all that going on, your boy started doing singles for Sera. And I think that's a good transition into what I want to talk about next. That being, what has been going on in Last Cloudia since I've been away, since you guys haven't been seeing any videos. I mean, this was the first time ever that I was not recording literally every move that I made on Last Cloudia and posting it up. So you guys saw some shorts that I was trying to make, tried to make them a little humorous and quick, just showcasing the summons that I was attempting. But eventually it just got out of hand with the mounting feeling of dread about all of the work I was going to have to redo once I got back. I was looking for any source of dopamine that I could, and especially for us gacha addicts, I think we can all relate to the feeling of a lucky pull in the gacha game. We rely on that rare instance to fill our addiction, feed our dopamine rush, because we're so accustomed and used to getting the shaft, and that's exactly what your boy did. You can see on the screen we do have Sera on our account, and we do have only 18,000 crystals to our name. Our reputation as the Iron Will Crystal Hoarder has sadly been taken down by the end of 2021. So, let this forever be known in the Booda legacy as the Shaft of Sera, which encompasses much more than just dropping all my crystals to pity a unit that, at the end of the day, I didn't even really want. I'm not saying she's bad, and I'm not saying you should regret it if you got her, especially for new players and even endgame players alike. Sera as an enabler, people don't really understand the impact of an enabler until you've really used them properly. So getting Sera for my account's definitely not an L. I think it's just the process at which I got her that is considered a shaft. And we did 90,000 crystal summons without any luck, right? Like, I didn't even get the UR. We didn't get Sera. I mean, it was a shaft. It was my biggest shaft to date. There's no denying that. So I think it's fine. Everyone should experience LC's pity at least once in their life. The salty fanboys of Booda are going to be very happy to see this video, I'm sure. But I want to just take this opportunity to not only explain to you what has occurred over the last 3 weeks, but also to do a 2022 recap, or it's a 2021 recap at the start of 2022, and show you guys how far along we've come with our Last Cloudia account. I should have done this a while ago when I hit 365 days, because that's a pretty big milestone for any gacha account. But your boy was, I don't know what kind of headspace I was in, feeling lazy, really lazy maybe. We've gone a little past 365 days now. If you check out the library tab and hit adventure record, you can see all of your stats. Yeah, we're almost 50 days past the year mark for your boy. So I've definitely slept on this, but better late than never to show you guys how far we've come in about a year and almost 2 months. So as you saw, you can see the main screen. Your boy's sitting at a real comfortable amount of gold. That's all thanks to the Maja auto farm that I have put a video out on. Tweaks has showcased it as well. That skyrocketed my gold farming by an exponential amount, just as I thought it would. We have 18,886 crystals. I don't know how many of them are paid versus free. I don't think it's that many. I think we probably have under 100. No, we have 196 paid crystals, and the rest are free. Show you guys max soul tanks, max soul spots. Everything is maxed out. We were able to do that after a year. We are account rank 40, which is pretty dope. And in terms of the story map, your boy did catch up on everything. Not everything. I lied. I still have some things I need to complete. If you notice on some of your nodes, like Skyship Wreckage says complete, while Malboria Wetland says clear. That's because I haven't done... Just kidding. This says clear. And this says... What the f... I was correct. The reason it is not considered complete is because you need to go through and finish these little crown missions in each quest in order for it to say complete. So I haven't done all of that, obviously, as you can see, but in terms of doing all of the hard stages, doing all of the god stages, and doing all of the free quests and sub-quests, we are done. There is no new icon next to any of my nodes because your boy has done everything. So in terms of story, we are caught up and ready to take on everything new. We're not behind on anything for tomorrow's update, which is great. Arena, I still haven't... Your boy still has not gotten to Super Gold 1. I think, what is my... Where can I see myself in stats? Here, best record. I've only ever gotten to 6,439 trophies. You're going to need to get to 8,800 in order to get to Super Gold 1. And so your boy's just super lazy with Arena. No excuse. I just have not spent the time to do it. In fact, I need to do my 50 points today. Maybe tomorrow when Arena promo comes around, that's when your boy's going to push Arena ranking a little harder, because I need to get that done. In terms of more general account information, we're Alchemy Lab level 10, so we can have access to literally everything. I am working on the GodForge equipment. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more GodForge equips to craft. And basically all of them except Muramasa, I still need to get to plus 40. The next one I'll be plus 40ing is the staff, if I can find it. from the UR Ark Theopolis. I did just see it as we went down. You can see I need to get 2 of the Celestial God Spheres, which is a pain in the butt. As endgame players know. In terms of tours and conquer spots, I have all of those active. I recommend all new players to get those activated as soon as possible. Spend the crystals to do it. It's going to help your overall account progression substantially, and I will definitely stand by that. With all of that info out of the way, kind of just general account, you guys saw the stat sheet and the adventure record. If you want to go check out those details, pause the video from before. It's time to look at what everyone cares about, and that is units. We can see your boy, I am pretty proud because even though I spend a lot of time making videos, obviously it's the only game I post on YouTube, I spend more time in production than I do actually playing the game. So in terms of the amount of time that I've played the game, I would consider myself an above average player, but definitely not a sweaty, try-hard player trying to grind out everything as soon as possible, like my good friend Tweaks. So I'm proud of the character progression that I have maintained, and very happy with each one of my level 110 characters. They're all max 120 out of 120 board, 4 or up awakened, 90 out of 90 SC, and max level, right? There's nothing left on the table with my maxed out characters. That's how I like to have them when I do showcases for them, so there's nothing that I'm missing in terms of what their core kits offer, right? You could argue that because I don't have some of them 6 awakened, I'm missing out on some stats, but at the end of the day, if I haven't proved it enough through a year's worth of content, the stats nowadays, especially the stats that you get from Awakening 5 and 6, are so minimal in return. Your focus and your effort should be in increasing that SC pool, teaching them skills, coming up and fleshing out your well thought out builds, and unlocking everything in their ability board. That's what's going to give you 99, essentially 100% of their peak performance. The extra stats you're going to get off of the Awakening 5 and 6, at the end of the day, I just don't think that they're worth it unless you just want the bragging rights, the flexing rights. Like Loug Zeus, he's a good enough character where it's like, okay, I'm going to give him the 6-star because he deserves that. As we all know, your boy is a Loug simp. And that's as far as that goes for my 5-star characters. If I'm picking a character to 5-star, you better believe I'm going 100% in, investing everything until they're where I'm happy with them. Then I do have a good amount of characters at level 100 that are still very usable, but I can't say the same, right? Not all of them are maxed out in terms of board, like Zlorg, for example. I do have him 4th awakened, but 32 out of 108, 66 SC pool. There's a lot left to do if I ever wanted to use him practically in the game. Since we were just talking about her, right, the newest addition to the count, Sera, she is ready. I could 5-star her. I could unlock her board all the way, get her that 90 SC, but honestly, your boy kind of wants to hold out a little hope. I do plan on maybe dropping some money for the step-up banner that we're getting for our Dean tomorrow. And if we do somehow get godly luck and pull him within those 20 pulls, I'd rather save the amount of materials that I have to upgrade him as fast as possible to his 5-star potential. And Sera, she does enough of her role at 4-star. The difference between her at 4 and 5-star, it's not enough incentive for me to now burn those mats, which, like I said, at the pace at which I play, it would take me a while to farm up enough mats to get the next character unlocked. It's not enough incentive to bring her up to that 5-star potential. I'm fine at letting her just sit at level 100 before I pull the trigger on 5-starring her or not, depending on what happens tomorrow. But so we have, as you can see, a pretty good amount of characters up to level 100, and then we have the rest at level 80. The Maja farm did also help with bringing all of my characters up to their current max potential level cap. At that 1st star, it's 40, 2nd is 60, 3rd is 80, 4th 100, and then now we have the 5th at 110. Instead of like worrying about different materials, because now we have to worry about these mid-tier mats in order to upgrade GodForge. items and other equipment as well. I didn't want to go ahead and burn all of those out and then be stuck not being able to GodForge. Like, I would take a GodForge weapon over getting Dura up to level 100 currently. Also, it leaves me some room to, when I am desperate for some crystal farming, to go ahead and unlock these guys as enhancement, get them up to level 100 for that extra 1,000 crystals that you get every time you get a unit to level 100. So that's the current status of my characters. As you can see, that's the roster we have. I'll go ahead and move a little slow while I talk so you can pay attention and see what characters I have, what characters I'm missing. Obviously, a lot of collab stuff. Like Roy in particular, I would love to have on the account, but we don't. We've worked with what we've gotten, and we've beaten literally everything in the game. So don't let anyone fool you into thinking that you need the best of the best of the best in order to do a lot of the things that are available in the game. Moving on from characters, we can see the Arks. Your boy is very lucky with the amount of summons and the types of summons I've done. We have 9 out of 11 UR Arks off of very minimal UR geared summons, if that makes sense. I think I've pulled 5 URs off of 2 rounds of the $100 guaranteed UR banner, which is pretty insane. So that alone is incredible luck. But you can see for URs, I mean, having 9 out of 11 UR Arks, with the amount that we've played, with the amount that we've spent, very, very RNG lucky account right there. Then we've got the LRs that I've acquired over time. I've basically been able to get since I started playing last November. I wasn't able to get White Christmas. That was my first exposure to an LR in the game, but we were able to get that since it returned this last December, which felt good. So those are my LRs. Missing a lot of collab LRs and collab SSRs, obviously, as you're going to see, because your boy's collab luck is moving on down. I did get a couple SSR Arks off screen, which you guys didn't see. Bolt Bearer's Ascent I got during my Sera pulls, and Ganon you guys saw. I had Ganon. There was Elemental Ark. Elemental Ark was the other SSR Ark that I was able to get. These two off camera, which definitely felt dirty because I prided myself on having all of my pulls, all of the proof in the pudding. Like, there was no room for doubt in my account because all of my pulls were on camera. Now, with the end of 2021, I can't say that, but I mean, that's all I got. I spent 90K. I spent all the tickets available during this current New Year celebration, and so far we've walked away with Bolt Bearer's Ascent, Elemental Ark, and then the Pitying of Sera. That's that. You can see we've got Game Master. We've got, I forgot to show, like Phantom Tower. We've got Vaz. We've got, where is it at? The Guardians, right? All of the grindable, rare endgame Arks we've got on our account. This is the list right here. Any SSR general Arks that we're missing from the past, I think we have everything. I think anything that hasn't been released since, like, Shift Eliza, we have in terms of SSR general pool Arks. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that, like, Bell Tower is the last core SSR Ark from the general pool I remember getting. So that is my Ark pool. A lot of SSRs. Then we have a lot of SRs as well. Everything at level 10, which does feel good. Just allows you to feel much more free in customizing, right? The ability to just have everything accessible that's on your account definitely feels good. It makes me feel like a true LC veteran. That about does it. That about does it for Arks and units, right? The kind of main things that you showcase when you're doing an account review, like looking at the main info, your adventure record, and your stats and your gold amount. All that's fine and dandy, but we all know we're all trying to compare our rosters and our Arks to the other players and see where our luck falls in the macro. There I go, talking about the macro again. The macro, the micro. We've got a couple gotcha tickets to spare a lot. Yeah, I was looking at the ones that expire, but you can tell what I'm saving for whenever they decide to drop another general pool unit. I will be dumping literally all of these for that unit before I even ever considered dropping crystals. We could still get like units like Shift Gorm, which would be amazing. I really want him for PvP. I mean for arena, because it's not PvP. That's it. That's it. Is there anything else? I guess in terms of arcs, I can show you guys my arc ether. I don't have everything up to 100. You can see that I'm close. We're looking at how many rows? 1, 2, 3. So 12 arcs out of how many? 12 out of 121 arcs I don't have the arc ether reward for. About to be 11, because we're very close with Beast Megalodon. But I think I do have like 40. I think I have 40 Ethereum. Yeah, so I could max out 2 arcs from 0. I'm going to save these just because having arcs in order, like none of these AERs are anything integral to strategies that I use. So that's why I'm not in a rush to level them up. I'm going to save those Ethereum for when I get an arc with an AER that I want like right away. So always gives me a reason to do more auto farming is having AERs to farm, but that obviously will end at some point, probably sooner rather than later. And looking at my list, that covers everything that I wanted to personally show off in terms of your boy Booda's account. And I wanted to end the video off as we're starting off 2022. You guys know my typical formats by now. You got LC news, you got LC character showcases, and you have any tips and tricks guides that I find useful in my own playtime, but sometimes I take for granted for some of the knowledge. So I want to ask you guys, like, what types of videos do you guys want to see? Anything new from your boy Booda? Just get my creative juices flowing. I know we talked about lore videos in the past. I kind of tried it off screen. I wasn't a fan personally, so that's the thing. Like, I'll try to make certain videos if you guys want to see them, but at the end of the day, I still want to make content that's genuine to me and that I enjoy making. I think as soon as I start like really pushing something that I'm just not enjoying at all, you're going to see that come through in the video. So I always want to ask you guys what you're looking forward to seeing. Do you want to just see your typical Booda popping up daily, or do you want to see me try and branch off and do other things? I've been thinking a lot about starting another channel and getting more involved in the NFT space, specifically for crypto gaming projects. That's kind of where my eyes have been diverting every time I'm not looking at Last Cloudia or making videos on Last Cloudia. Cryptman and Panda, Demos, they've totally migrated over to that place, and it's really fascinating stuff. I think it's really could be like the future of gaming, so very interested. That's just a personal passion that I'm currently looking at for you guys to know. So let me know if you want to see something like that, or if you'd be interested in me making a separate channel about that topic. And of course, your feedback in the comments is always welcome. Happy 2022, everybody. I hope you were able to close out your 2021 on good terms and start the new year off with a bang. You can bet your boy Booda is happy to be back in the building. And that's all I got for you this time, guys. Like, subscribe, bell notifications. Y'all know the drill. And y'all know what we say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video. Cheers, everybody.